Hey, how's it going, folks? If you follow me on Facebook, you saw that I rode this to work today. Got it plated and everything. It's ready to go. And I rode it to work today, and everything was fine. It ran fine, did great. Couple of small issues. One of them is my turn signals completely stopped working. I changed all the bulbs to LED bulbs. Even the dash bulbs are LED bulbs now, and they're all fine. But my turn signal, when I turn the left turn signal on, the turn signal light doesn't flash. When I turn the right turn signal on, they flash, the light flashes, but also my left ones flash. So what I did was I got online, and there's a kit made by Kuryakin that you can install, and it's just basically a little capacitor, something like that. And basically you have to ground out your turn signal light up here. So you ground it out, and that's supposed to make it all work. However, nothing's working. I did that and nothing's working now. But it's probably because I blew my relay. And that's my guess. I've got this electronic relay. This would be the second one I've burnt out now. So either I'm feeding too much juice into it, or I've got some wires crossed somewhere. So, and I mean, it's a 21 watt relay, so I don't see how I could be feeding too much into it. So 21 times 2 plus 3.4 watts, it says. And it works on this bike just fine. I have the exact same one on that bike, and it works fine. As a matter of fact, I'm about to take the one off of that bike and put it on here and see if that's now my issue, because I put that capacitor in place that's supposed to bypass. Basically what happens is when you change to LEDs, I guess it's, and I'm not an electrician in the least little bit, I just, watch YouTube videos. And I guess what happens is, because of the grounding is different, something with the grounding being different for LED bulbs. You know what, I'm going to leave it at that. I'm not going to try to explain to you because I don't understand it myself. The grounding is different for LED bulbs, and it tries to feed back through itself somehow. And this is supposed to fix that. That's the best I can tell you. I'm not even going to try to explain it to you. But it should work. But right now I've got nothing, and I think it's the relay. So I'm going to replace the relay real quick and see if that fixed it. Alright, catch you in the next one. Okay, so this relay is definitely my problem. For some reason, it just does not like the Triumph. It worked fine on the Honda. When I put it on the Triumph, it burns it out, like literally burns it out. Right there, it's burnt out. So I took the one off of, I thought it was just something I had wired wrong. So I checked all my wiring first, made sure everything was okay. Put this in. It worked for 2 minutes and then burned up again. So now I got two bad ones. I'm not buying that brand again. I just don't think they're very good. And I compared them. The chipsets on them are completely different. Same manufacturer, same. I bought them together. I mean, within, a week of each other. So, yeah. Sorry. These are definitely bad. They're not that great, and I'm never going to buy these again. I did like that they were adjustable, and okay, so I'll tell you this. It worked for my Honda. It was working fine on my Honda. But if it blows that easily on the Triumph, I don't know what else to do. I've checked everything, make sure that, there's no wires crossed or anything, and like I said, the turn signals work for, a minute or two, and then they're done. So this thing's just getting overheated. And at 21 watts times 2 plus 3.4 watts should more than cover what I'm using. Since every light is LED. I mean, every light on both bikes are LED, except for the headlights. But that doesn't run through here, so headlight doesn't run through this at all. So, yeah, I'm not buying these anymore. If you see these, I got them from Amazon. if you see them, here, let me give you some better light. If you see those on Amazon, do not buy them. Look for something better. That's what I'm gonna go do right now. Alright, catch you on the flip side. Alright, so I just covered the turn signals and where I'm at with that, which is I need a new relay right now. Got a diode installed. I know I was calling it a capacitor earlier, but you know, it's called a diode, sorry. Like I said, I'm not an electrician in the least little bit. I don't even consider myself a mechanic. I'm just, you know, that guy in his garage trying to tinker with things. So, so the other problem I had, I told you I had a couple of problems. One of them was the turn signals, which I just showed you. So the other problem I had was the clutch started sticking again on me. On my way, when I went to get on the bike and come home, the clutch stuck. So I had it in neutral when I started it up. I started up just fine. Second kick, like it usually does. It's usually a first or second kick now. Occasionally, I'm learning it'll take 3. But if I don't get it on the second, I give it about a quarter throttle, and it kicks up on the third every time. So that's the secret, I guess. 1 or 2 doesn't work. Quarter throttle on 3, and it should be fine. Anyway, so the clutch was sticking on me. So I got sitting in the middle of the parking lot at work looking like an idiot trying to, you know, kick over this motorcycle. And when everybody's just kind of like, you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. I know what's going on. You know, the clutch is stuck. And they're like, okay. I work for a tech company, so most of them don't even know anything about motorcycles, pretty much. Or cars, and for that matter. But, so, anyway, so I figured out an easier way to get the clutch unstuck, which is put the bike in neutral, pull in the clutch lever, and then kick it over a couple of times. And it's going to feel like it's trying to move the bike, which it will move the bike. But then eventually that Kickstarter will just go limp, and you'll have no compression whatsoever. And that's kind of bad sometimes, because what I did was I hurt my knee. I bent my knee backwards because I was thinking it was going to, you know, be hard to kick down, and then I kicked down real hard and just overextended my knee. So now I'm wearing a knee brace, but so yeah, be careful with that. It's a way to get your clutch free. It takes a couple of kickovers, but it'll eventually free the clutch. But be wary, you know, test it a couple of times before you, after each kick. Test it a little bit, just, you know, do I have compression or not? And if you feel it one time and it doesn't have any compression, don't try to kick again. That's what I did, or that's what I didn't do, and I ended up hurting my knee. Had I done that, I would have been fine. But yeah, that's a way to, you know, another way to free up a stuck clutch. And it worked. It only took me a couple minutes and I was done. So I'm sure I'm going to have to deal with it once or twice more, but it should work itself out the more I ride the bike. So, yep, that was the only 2 issues I had. Turn signals and clutch stuck again. Other than that, great little ride to work, and I'm loving it, you know, loving life. She's a good bike, pretty quick. Got a ton of torque, it feels like. I mean, it's only like 49 horsepower. I don't know how much, what the actual torque numbers are on this. I think the horsepower numbers are 40, I think it's 49 horsepower if I remember correctly. But I was on 71 north this morning doing 70 mile an hour just fine. I had no problems whatsoever. It was tacking out at about 3,800 RPMs at 70 mile an hour. So that's not bad when the red line's at 7. So yeah, did well. One thing I did also notice is that these gauges move constantly. They're just held in by rubber. That's it. You can just pull them right out, see? So when you're riding this bike, it vibrates so much that it literally just pulls these gauges out. So I may end up putting like a little set screw in the bottom down here through the rubber, and then into the casing, because there's plenty of room to do it. Just to kind of stop it from, you know, twisting around as it vibrates, because look, it twists, you know. Just to kind of stop it from twisting around. I may put a little set screw in each one of them. But yeah, that's it. And you can see the speedometer's working again. That was my mistake. There you go, 37 miles. That's how much I put on it today. So yeah, to and from work they're about 37 miles. So yeah, that's it. She's doing okay. So, alright, well, I don't know what else to say. I gotta wait for my relays to come in again now, and hopefully get it. If the relays don't fix it this time, I'm gonna probably just get brand new turn signals altogether. You know, I'll keep these obviously, and this bike will look similar to this bike when I'm done. I'm gonna get the front cowl like that for it. Probably take those saddlebags and put it on those, or it depends on when I sell this, whether I sell it with the saddlebags or not. But yeah, it'll have that front cowl. I will probably end up doing bar end mirrors, these exact bar end mirrors, because I really like those. But I will be keeping, you know, like a lot of the fender and the tail light, and you know, it's still going to be the classic Triumph, but it'll just have a few modern touches to it. New handlebars, definitely, lower rise handlebars. Like I said, the front cowl there, even though it really doesn't do a whole lot, it's nice when you're on the highway doing 70 mile an hour and that wind's hitting you in the chest and you can just duck your head down a little bit and be underneath that. It makes a difference. So people laugh at it, but I don't care. I like it, and I don't care. I think it's the best looking one for this style of bike. So yeah, I'll be getting one of those for it. They're only about $60 or so. And I don't have to paint it to match and all that good stuff, but no worries. But yeah, there we are. Just want to give you a quick update where the Triumph is, and I'll go ahead and cut it off there. Have a good one.